Hey guys, I got a battle against PuertoRicanScooby94. He's a great battler, so definitely check him out. A link will be in the description. This was a mixed tier match. We were both allowed to use 2 UU, 2 OU, and 2 NU, and I only have 1 OU Pokemon on this team since I don't really play OU, and Flygon's the only cool overused Pokemon. So yeah, my team was mostly specially based, so that wasn't that great. But this battle ended up being really epic, and also I failed a lot at the end, as you will see, and yeah, a quick update, I will be posting black and white videos next week, so that's really great. And I lead off my Blastoise, and I know he's going to switch out since Heatran is scared of Blastoise since it is fire type, and I just go for the Fling, but it hits the Chansey, which isn't very great because he does have natural cure, which cure status on switching out. So now that he's confused and paralyzed, he switches out into his Pidgeot, and I know my Cargo can pretty much wall this Pidgeot as long as he doesn't have Hidden Power Ground. And I go for the Earth Power right off the bat instead of the Stealth Rocks because I was predicting the Heatran to switch in. But he goes into a Regirock, which has massive special defense and defense, and even after the super effective Earth Power, it doesn't do much. I go into my Mismagius. I really don't know why. But I go for the taunt so he wouldn't set up, and he predicts that and goes for the Rock Slide. And I know I can live a Rock Slide because it's not super effective or anything. And now I go for the Destiny Bond, but he switches out into Gengar, which is really weird. I really don't know why. And now I know he has to switch his Gengar because he doesn't want his Gengar to die, and I go for the Destiny Bond here. And he goes into a Chansey. And I know Chanseys can't really do much to Mismagius since they usually have Seismic Toss as their only physical attacking move. So I just go for the taunt, predicting the T-Wave, but he goes into his Heatran, and now I'm thinking his Heatran Scarfed, but now I think his Heatran at this point I thought it was Scarfed since he switched out against this Blastoise as I go for the Swagger, and yeah, I don't know what's happening. He's switching out and he goes into his Pidgeot again. I really don't know why, as I go into my Magcargo again, knowing that I can take pretty much any hit from his Pidgeot, and he goes for the Giga Impact, and he also gets the burn from my Flame Body ability, which has a 30% chance of burning the opponent, and I can set up my rocks since he has to recharge, and he goes into this Chansey as I go for the Light Screen, and that really doesn't help me in the game because he doesn't really have any special attackers other than the Gengar. And now I'm predicting the Thunder Wave since most Chanseys do carry the Thunder Wave over the Toxic. He goes for the Protect just to see what I'm locked into, and I go for the U-turn. And he switches into a Gengar. I really don't know why he switched. He should have just stayed in. And they go for the U-turn. It's not very effective, but I go into my Blastoise because I know I can take almost any hit since I have max HP and max special defense. And I go for the Swagger because getting something confused is always great. And now I think I go for the Waterfall here because this is a para-flinching Blastoise, and it has like a 40% or 50% like flinch rate or hacks rate. And I'm predicting the obvious fighting move coming, so I go for the CC, or I go into my Venusaur as he goes for the CC, and that won't do much. And yeah, I predict to switch out and go for the Sleep Powder, but unfortunately he goes into this Chansey, and because I know this Chansey does have natural cure, I can go for the Sleep Powder once more on the switch, but he goes into his Pidgeot as Death Fodder to get a safe switch into his Heatran. And knowing that he will predicting me to go into my Blastoise, I stay in and go for the Sleep Powder, and that will hit the Heatran as I go into my Mismagius. I should have Destiny Bond here, but I went for the Nasty Plot instead, because I thought he will stay asleep for one more turn, and then I was gonna go for the Destiny Bond. Because if I went for the Destiny Bond and he stayed asleep, then he would know to switch out, and that wouldn't be good. And I go into my Flygon, predicting a switch out, go for the U-turn to give me a switch advantage as I go into my PuertoRican2, which gets the special attack boost. And I'm predicting him to set up, so I go for the sub as he goes for the curse. And I go for the Thunderbolt just to do as much damage to this Regirock. And this Thunderbolt will do a good amount despite Regirock's massive amount of HP and special defense. But the one thing is he does have the Drain Punch, which will be beneficial for him later because it will heal damage. And yeah, he's back into green health. And I switch into my Venusaur predicting the obvious Drain Punch again. And that won't take me down because I resist it. And he switches, fearing the Leaf Storm or any grass move, and goes into his special wall Chansey, which is the most annoying Pokemon in the game, as I go for the Synthesis. Here I go for the Sleep Powder again, because I want something asleep, and it does hit, which is really great. And now I know he's gonna stay in because he thinks I'm gonna go for the Sleep Powder once more like I did the last time, but I actually go into my Flygon. And because my Flygon is physical, he is scared of the Outrage. He doesn't know if I'm Scarfed or Banded, but he knows I am choiced in some way. But because I scare him out, I go for the U-turn, get a switch advantage, and go for the Swagger once more. Or the Waterfall, I don't remember. Oh, I go for the Waterfall. And that does hit the Hitmontop. And I go into my Flygon predicting a Stone Edge this time, because I thought a fighting move would be way too predictable since I do have this Venusaur. But I guess not. And that shows me either he doesn't have Stone Edge, or maybe he's Banded. I don't know. Wait, he can't be Banded. I think he's Life Orbed. Or I wasn't really paying attention, so yeah, this narration is pretty bad since I'm kind of zoning out of this battle. Go for the Sleep Powder once more, and I just have to be a Sleep Horde here because I really can't do anything against this Chansey because my team is pretty much physical. Right here, I go for the Outrage this time instead of the U-turn. And that was a great play on my part because that will take down this Gengar. The only problem is, now that I'm locked in, he can go into his Heatran and resist it. And this Outrage doesn't do much to the Heatran. And he goes for the Hidden Power. It doesn't quite kill me because it's probably grass. He thought it was ice. And yeah, now I go into my Blastoise because now I can pretty much wall this Heatran. And he goes for the Earth Power here. I don't know why he didn't go for the Hidden Power, but he doesn't. And I know I can live that Hidden Power, so I just stayed in and went for the Frustration. Just because if he wanted to switch or whatever, I don't know. And now he goes for the Mach Punch, and I just leave my Blastoise there to die. I go into my Micargo because I have the Chople Berry, and just go for the Lava Plume, and that'll take down the Hitmontop. Get the Burn again, which didn't really do anything. It's just annoying for him, I guess, just to see all that hacks. I stay in, and he gets the Flame Body once more, but this time that Flame Body actually helped me because now I can't go for the Sleep Powder and just get that thing asleep, so that's no good. And I go into my What the Duck just to sub up. I don't know why I subbed, but I went for the sub as he goes for the Wish, and I go for the Tri Attack just to do some damage. It won't do much because Chansey is a special wall. Like I said before, he has massive amount of HP, and yeah, he heals up all of his HP back, which is not good. And now I know my Porygon 2 can't do much, so I go into my Venusaur. As this Chansey goes for the Seismic Toss. See, I could have got this Chansey asleep, but he is burned, so that kind of sucks. I just go for the I just go for the Sludge Bomb just to do as much damage. Hopefully, I can maybe take this Chansey down and go for the Sludge Bomb once more because I know he's gonna Wish up. And he does go for the Wish. And yeah, I go for the Leaf Storm here, hoping that will KO, but it doesn't, which means he will take me down with the Seismic Toss. I could have just went for the Synthesis, but I really did not want this battle to be a stall war, because that would just make this battle really boring. So I just go into my Flygon now, and I'm hoping this Outrage would kill. And thankfully it does. And his last Pokemon is a Regirock, and Outrage would do a massive amount to this Regirock. And yeah, that does a lot. And that's really great. He goes for the Curse. I really don't know why. And after that one Curse, look how much an Outrage does. It does nothing. And he goes for the Drain Punch just to heal up a little health, because a little health is always good. And this is where I become stupid. I ran calcs, and it said that my Thunderbolt after +2 would do like 60%, and yeah, so I thought I would be able to kill this Regirock, and I just wanted to show you guys the brute power of Porygon 2 after the Pattaya Berry boost and the download boost. And I totally forgot that this Regirock had Drain Punch. So he healed up, and he's around at 50%. And I ran calcs, and it told me that I will be able to KO this Regirock. And it doesn't quite kill. He like lives with 1 HP, and I find out that I added Life Orb on the damage calc, so that screwed me over. But good game, rate, comment, subscribe, guys. Peace.